underneath the moon tonight. Island Christmas, dance with me, dance, dance. Feel the rhythm by the sea. Oh, oh. Jingle bells on ukuleles play. Merry, merry holiday.
Hello everyone, I am so excited. Welcome to day one of our 12 days of Christmas. I am Brooke Elder and I am so excited to be here. We have been doing our 12 days of Christmas. I think this is like our 6th or 7th year of doing this, and I love being able to just pour into our community and give away tons of awesome things, not just knowledge, but we also have a lot of great gifts that we're going to give you that are going to help you in building your business. So you want to make sure that you are showing up every day. We're going to be at this time live every day on YouTube, and it also is being broadcast into our community inside the Ops Yacht Club. If you are not a member of the Yacht Club, make sure there is a link that is in the description of this video, but make sure you join us there. We do live trainings every single month, and we have courses, and there's a job board in there. Like, there's lots of things and resources to help you in building your business. So that's really what we're all about. We want to be able to help you build the business that you want to build. And that really leads into what our day one of our 12 days of Christmas is going to be all about. And that is making sure that you are building that business that you truly love. So I'm going to kind of walk you through some of my background and why this is so important to me and why this is going to be a game changer for you in your business. So if you've ever felt like you're building a business and it's just not doing the things that you want it to do, or you're not feeling fulfillment out of the things that you're choosing to do in your business, or if maybe like just things aren't quite working out, it's probably because you are out of alignment in some point or some part of your business. And it means that maybe there's clients that you need to let go of. Maybe it means that there's skills that you need to learn to up level so you can really be the business owner that you want to be. Because even if you are a freelancer, a VA, an OBM, like, you are still a business owner. Even if you are just a solopreneur and you're working for yourself, you still are a business owner. So you want to be thinking about your business as a business. And this is something that I've learned in all my many years of business. This is actually my 7th business that I'm on. I have built and sold multiple businesses and built multi-million-dollar companies. And in doing all of this, I've done things the right way in a lot of areas, but I've also done things the wrong way. And that's why we are so passionate about helping you be aligned with who it is that you are and who it is that you want to become. Because those two things are really is what's going to make all the difference in your life and in your business. And I learned this kind of the hard way. The last business that I built was an online coaching business, and I loved it. I learned so much. We had built to a multi-million-dollar company. I had 27 employees, and we just kept chasing the revenue. And we were chasing all of the things that like everyone else was telling us that we needed to do. And I was always telling myself and in like the back of my mind, like I was doing this all for my family. And it wasn't until I ended up, that business got acquired by a different business, and we decided to sell our house and buy a sailboat, and we sailed the third of the way around the world, that I really start to understand and have a deeper connection with my kids. So I have 4 kids, and I thought that I had built connections with them when I was building my business. And I realized then that when I really started connecting with my kids, because I wasn't working all the time, and I wasn't like, I would tell myself, once I get this funnel done, then I'll start spending more time with my family. Or once we get this done, it was always like, when something in my business would happen, then that's when I would do something about it. Or then I'd be able to spend more time with my kids. And like, there is a time and season for everything, but I was finding that I was using that excuse more and more often, and I wasn't actually doing the things that were what I needed to be doing as a mom. And so that hit me really hard. And it took me, sailing across the Atlantic to be able to realize all of that. But when I came back on land and I was looking to like, how do we build a new business and what is it that I want this business to be? I wanted it to be different. And in finding out what it is that I wanted my business to be, that's where I really discovered this whole like aligning to what your true north is, which is why we named our business True North, because True North really is that like guiding star to help you of where it is that you truly want to go, because you are more than just a business owner. You're more than just a VA. You are more than just a mom or a dad or a wife or a husband or a sister or a brother or a friend. Like, you are more than all of those things. You have all these different hats and these different roles that you play in your life. And a lot of the times when we're looking at building a mission or a vision or like what is it that we want to do in our business, we are very business focused and we don't look at all these other areas of our life. And so there are times, and I felt this way in multiple businesses that I built, that I was just focusing on one thing. Like, I was focusing on my revenue goals, or I was focusing on what my business could do. And yes, I kind of thought a little bit about like my family goals, but not really. I wasn't really focusing there because I was just so focused on my business. And I found that when I was doing that, I was neglecting all these other areas of my life. And so I kept feeling like I was a little unbalanced. And so maybe you're feeling that way in your business, or maybe you're working with clients that feel that way too. And if you're feeling that way, the good news is there is a way to fix it. And that is by really aligning who you truly are and aligning your true north. And for our freebie, our giveaway for today, I'm going to give you an entire course that walks you through this entire process. So the link to grab that course is right below this video. It's called Align Your True North. This is the exact process that I went through to be able to help me really define not just business, like what is my mission, my vision, my values of my business, but also what is it for me personally. Because you have to develop you as a person, and then the business side comes out. And then like how you want to act in all the other areas of your life, that's going to come. But you need to first look inside yourself and develop yourself first. I know this may be like a little bit different than some of the other trainings that we've done. And tomorrow we're going to start diving into like real business things. But this is so important to have this as your foundation, that you know who you are, you know where it is that you are going, and you have an identity built around that. I had a mentor once tell me that the thing that he like was the most scared about is that when he died and went to the other side and he saw the person that he could have become, and he really like was lacking. And there was things that he could have done, but because he chose to stay in his comfort zone, because he chose to not change, that he didn't become the person that he could have become. And so in thinking through who is it that you really are, this goes into like being able to visualize what kind of person you want to be. So this is a good time, especially this time of year. It's a great time to start thinking about, for the whole next year, what is it that you want to do? If you are working with clients that you don't really want to work with anymore, there's a lot of people that we talk to that like you're working with clients who they just treat you as like a doer. They just give you tasks. They're maybe executive assistant type tasks, and like you can do those things, but you really want to be seen more as a like strategic partner. You want to offer more strategy, and you want to help them in making business decisions and not necessarily doing all of the doing. So that's a huge theme that we see with our clients. And so if that's you, what is it about you that has to change in order for you to become that person that you are a strategic partner? And it could be that you need new skills and you need to learn new things, but it also could just be that we need to up-level the version of ourselves to a new level so we can start attracting those higher level clients. And so I would take some time and like if you go through the Align Your True North course, it's going to take you a little bit to finish that. When I was building out this whole process and putting everything together, it did take me probably about 4 hours. It probably won't take you that long, but when you go through it, there's just lots of questions that it asks for you to start thinking through, like, who is that person that you want to become? Who do you want to start showing up as? Because everything that we have in our lives is a choice. We get to choose how we show up. We get to choose what we say yes to. We get to choose what we say no to. And it's really important that we know the kind of choices that we're making, of how that's going to affect us down the road. And the only way to really do this is like start making decisions now. So it's just like, I don't know if you remember when you were a kid, when I was in elementary school, they always had like the DARE officers come in and talk about how like you say no to drugs and all of that. And so as a kid, you're like, okay, yeah, I'm going to say no to drugs. Well, then when you get older, when you get the opportunity or drugs are maybe presented to you, it's much easier to say no because you've already made that decision. And so that's what we want to be doing. Like that's kind of an extreme example, but that's what we want to be doing is we want to be creating like, okay, when I work with these clients, these are the kind of clients that I work with. These are the people that I say yes to. This is the kind of work that I do. This is what it looks like every day as I'm working through my work day. And when you start creating that and you write it down and you say, this is what my life really truly looks like, it is going to become that. And I've seen this so many times. Like I remember when we had planned on living on a boat, it took us about three or 4 years actually to get onto a sailboat. Just because it took us time to like prepare and to sell our house and like all the things that needed, like we sold everything that we owned. So that took a long time, and preparing my business and like all the things. But every night I would imagine what it would be like to sit on the beach. I could see myself sitting in like a lounge chair. I knew what my toenail polish looked like. I could see my kids playing in the ocean, and then I could see my boat just anchored right out there in the harbor. And I have envisioned this so many times. And it was crazy because there was a place that was in King Garden Bay in the British Virgin Islands. And I hadn't thought about that moment for a long time. But we went and my kids were playing in the water and they had beach like lounge chairs. And so I went and sat in the chair and I was leaning back and like the sun had started to set. And I was like, whoa, this is the exact thing that I had visualized. And that's the power of telling our brains like this is what it is that we want. And when you align your true north and you start putting all of these things together and you start getting very clear on the kind of person that you want to be, you get clear on your mission, your personal mission. Why are you here? Who are the people that you are here to help? Because I guarantee that there are people on this earth that you are sent here to help them. And they are just waiting for you to step out of your comfort zone a little bit so that way you can help them. So what does that look like? What is your mission? What are the things that you value? What are the things that are most important to you? And what is that vision of the future? What is it that you're trying to create? Because if we just sit back and we let life happen to us, life is just going to happen to us. But if we want to have big things happen, if we want to be able to make impact in other people's lives, and as an operations specialist, operations professional, freelancer, whatever you want to call yourself, like you have such an opportunity to make a huge impact in businesses because you really are the person that like makes all the behind the scenes work and you make that business owner look so good. And I know that like there's so many of our clients that just get like so happy that they can do this for other people because they don't want to be the face of a company. They just want to make everything in the back end work. And when you do that and it makes that business owner be able to grow their business and to be able to impact even more people, that is because of the things that you can do and the impact that you can make. So you can make a huge impact on all the things that you're doing. And I know that like people don't really talk that much about that, but that is a huge piece of this. So I always like to start off our 12 days with some sort of like inspiration, because you can do so much. And a lot of the times we are just playing too small. So I want you to start thinking about this and start thinking about, okay, next year, like let's say that we're sitting down and this is December of 2026. What are the things that you want to have accomplished? How is your business going to look different? What are the things that you have done in your business? What kind of clients are you working with? When you start identifying those things, that's going to help you and start making plans. So what are the things that you are going to be doing in the next year? And so with that, the course that we're giving you, the Align Your True North course, that's going to help you walk you through all the pieces of how to put this all together. So to grab that course, all you need to do is there's a link that's right in the top of the description of this video. You can grab that and get your free course and walk through. And if you want to share it with others, go ahead and share it with them. This is a course that I will never charge for, because it was such a blessing in my life to help me really align my true north that like I just want to give it away. So if you have clients that want to go through it, anything, like feel free to share this with whoever it is that you want. So tomorrow, on our day 2 of our 12 days of Christmas, we are going to be diving into who it is that you help and what are those problems that you solve. So if you are, we did a poll in a bunch of different groups, and we asked like, what are some things that you want some help with? And this was one of them that was top on the list, which was, how do I start attracting higher level clients? How do I get more strategic clients? How do I go from being just like being seen as a doer, and how do I start helping more people? Well, we're going to walk you through exactly how to do that, and I have an awesome giveaway for tomorrow, so you don't want to miss this. If you can't make us live, that's totally fine. The same links are going to work. You can just go back and watch the replays of this, and if you have missed a few days, you can binge watch all of them. They all, if you go to our YouTube channel and you click on the live tab, they're all going to be there. You could also, if you don't want to miss one of these, you can go to our YouTube channel, click on live, and then there are notification buttons that you can notify yourself each one of the days, so that way you don't forget and you'll be able to watch this live or be able to watch the replay. And while you're there, make sure you subscribe. We'd love to have you as a part of our community on our YouTube channel. All right, thank you guys so much. So excited for you guys to be here, and we will see you guys all tomorrow.
Feel the joy come set